Then planning game. Agile methods use stories or similar lightweight specification techniques as the way that customers specify the requirement of the system and acceptance tests to specify the detailed functionality. These stories specify changes to the system and correspond to change requests when analyzed from the SCM perspective. The stories or change requests have to be estimated for implementation cost by the developers and the prioritized and scheduled by the customer during the planning game. For someone coming from SCM, this sounds very much like the traditional way of handling change requests. An impact analysis has to be carried out to provide sufficient information for the change control board to be able to make its decision whether to implement the change request, defer it, or reject it. So we can see that the parallel to estimation in agile is impact analysis in traditional SCM. Likewise, the parallel to the customer prioritization is the chair of the change control board taking decision for the planning game to work properly. It is important that everyone is aware of what his or her role is and that they seek information that will allow them to fill that role well. It is also important to be aware of the fact that the traditional farmer change request handling process can indeed and should be scale to fit the agility and informality that is needed in an agile method. How can SCM add more value to agile? In agile methods, there is very much focus on the developers and the production process. In the previous subsection, we have seen how many of these processes can be well supported by techniques and principles from SCM. However, agile methods often overlook the aspects of SCM that deals with the relation to the customer and where traditional SCM has a special emphasis. In the following, we'll look the traditional SCM as represented by the four activities of configuration, identification, configuration control, configuration status, accounting, and configuration audit. For each activity, we describe what new activities and process could be added to agile method to help provide a more covering support for the development team.